The world is full of amazing stories that inspire hope, and when it seems that no one supports you in this life, help will come from those you least expect. This incredible story took place in a small town. One day, an elderly man was brought to the intensive care unit of a local clinic. He had a heart attack, and the doctors did everything possible to save his life, including surgery. However, after the operation, the man did not regain consciousness. Even though the surgery was a success, it did not seem like the old man's body wanted to recover. It was at this moment that something strange happened. A dove flew to the window of the ward where the man was lying and began to knock on the window with its beak. He flew there every day while the man was in intensive care. Finally, the man woke up from his coma. He spent a few more days in the ICU and then was transferred to the regular ward. Then it happened again. The same dove flew to the window of the new ward in which the man was staying and began to knock on the window. One time, the nurse was letting in fresh air and the dove flew inside. He sat on the man's bed for a long time before flying back out of the window. When the old man had gained enough strength to start talking, the medical staff asked him why he didn't seem to want to recover, so he told them his heartbreaking story. A few years ago, his wife of many years had passed away. They had 2 children, but they had their own families and rarely visited their elderly parents. When his wife was alive, she brightened his life, and he didn't miss his kids so much, but after she was gone, he became very depressed. The feeling of loneliness and uselessness began to take over, and the man slowly but surely faded away. Then the medical staff, in order to somehow encourage the elderly man, told him about the strange behavior of this dove who flew to the window every day and once even flew inside and sat on his bed. The man visibly perked up and his eyes lit up with joy. Did he really find me? He told them about how he fed pigeons from his window for a long time and one stood out from the rest. He became especially attached to the man, and he in return became attached to the bird. The dove flew in every day and sat for a long time on the elderly man's windowsill. He even flew into his apartment and waited for a treat. The man could talk to him for hours, and this somehow lifted his loneliness. Then he fell ill and ended up in the hospital. He thought that the dove, like his children, would fly away and never remember him again. It's still a mystery how the pigeon found his human friend, but the fact remains he flew every day to visit him. After the man found out about the bird who did not leave him, he began to recover quickly. After all, now he had a reason to return home. Now he knew that at least one living being needed him and was waiting for his recovery. Before long, the man fully recovered and was discharged from the hospital. He happily returned home because his faithful friend was waiting for him there, the only one who had visited him while he was ill. Unfortunately, there are many forgotten elderly people in this world who do not need much, just a little attention and care. Friends, look around. Maybe there are people in your neighborhood who could use your help. Call them and just ask how they are doing. For you, it may seem like a mere trifle, but for them, it could become something to live for.